Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final week of the Halo Championship Series Pro League. This is week 7, day 1. I'm Strongside, and join with me at the Xfinity desk, as always, is Kyle Elamite Elam.
Always a pleasure to be up here, Mike, and glad to see you made it back. Got a lot of exciting things here in our final week of the HCS Pro League, and there is still a lot on the line here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the format and see how these teams got to where they are now. Of course, we had the top 8 teams in North America that qualified for the league, and each one of these teams will play each other twice during the regular season. That will have the top 4 teams then advancing to the finals. 5th and 6th will have their spot guaranteed for next season. However, 7th and 8th place teams will fall to relegation and have to face off against those open circuit teams.
Well, let's take a look at the standings. After 6 weeks of gameplay, we've got CLG still holding that top spot with 11 wins and 1 loss. Enigma 6 with 9-3 record. Team Envyus with an 8-4 record, Renegades with a 7-5 record, and then EG and Allegiance tied for that 5th seed, 5-7. Down on the other side, Optic Gaming and Team Liquid holding that 7th and 8th spot, and they will both be going to relegation. Now, Evil Geniuses and Allegiance still trying to fight back up with a miracle in hopes to try and get to that 4th seed.
And let's take a look at tonight's matches and see who these teams are facing off against. Our very first match of the night will be Team Liquid going up against Team Envyus, followed by a Counter Logic Gaming and Allegiance matchup. Match 3 will be Renegades versus Enigma 6, followed up by Evil Geniuses and Optic Gaming.
Well, let's take a look at the top stories today, though, because we had the NA Open Circuit happen the last weekend. And, now we have 2 teams. We've got Team Elevate and we have Team Denial, formerly known as the French Toast Mafia. And, boy, I mean, these guys went on a tear. Rami went on a killing frenzy on Coliseum Slayer to bring them back into the game in Game 7 against 3's Up, and they secured their spot. So, I mean, these guys were fighting down from the pits. It was probably one of the craziest series I've witnessed.
It's awesome to see those matches. And, of course, we had T-Squared casting that open circuit as well. So big shout out to him as well. And, of course, this weekend on the 17th, we'll have the European Open Circuit Finals as well. So still lots of Halo action in store. Now, back on the North American side, we hinted at it before, but it is a tight race for that 4th place spot. We've got Evil Geniuses, Renegades, Allegiance, all battling it out now. A lot needs to happen for some of these teams to make it. There's going to be some luck involved there, but also in the top 4 standings, just, who's going to finish where in the seeding.
Yeah, let's take a look at those standings one more time and talk about this because, yeah, Optic and Liquid are still down at the bottom, but Liquid this week, they can potentially move forward to gain that 7th seed, and having that 7th seed going into the end of the season, you're going to be benefited because you're able to choose which open circuit team you want to play. And as we all know, Denial, those guys have just been destroying. So if you're in that 7th seeded spot, you're definitely not choosing them. Nothing against Elevate, but you're going to be choosing them. And then same for Evil Geniuses and Allegiance. They're playing to try and make it into the top 4 in hopes that Renegades will lose both their matches and EG and Allegiance would have to win both of their matches. They play CLG and Optic Gaming, so they have a tough matchup going against CLG, but then Renegades, they're playing to try and get out of that 4th seed. If they can step up and get ahead of Envyus, they'll make sure that they're not playing Counter Logic Gaming in the finals on that first series. So that's obviously something you do not want to have to do.
Yeah, the stars will have to align for Evil Geniuses and Allegiance if they have any chance of going in and overtaking that 4th seed here. Now, Mike, we do have a pretty big announcement as well. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yes, we do. And 2 weeks ago, we announced where the North American HCS Finals were going to be at the Novo. Today, we're announcing we will have tickets going on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m. We'll have a link there for you soon. You can visit halo.gg to be in the know and know where to purchase those, and you'll have a link coming tomorrow at 10 a.m. So, I mean, big things to happen here very soon.
Yeah, exactly. On Halo GG, you will be able to find all the news, standing schedules, and then information tomorrow as well when those tickets do go on sale. Now, it is Thursday here as well. A little bit of Throwback Thursday. Got a little bit of a surprise for you here, Strongside.
Oh, man.
A little glimpse into the past. Some of our early high school days out there competing, trying to make a name for ourselves, just loving Halo. We got a little bit of a picture here for you. Go ahead and take a look at that one.
Let's see this. Oh my gosh.
This is going to be 2004/2005 at a local tournament, which is no longer around. I don't think that location is around anymore. But then on the right, you've got me and then one of our local high school friends, and then in the reflective backpack there, we've got the one and only Strong Side rocking the puka necklace. And then, of course, on the far left, if you don't recognize him already, that is going to be Ace when he was 11 or 12 years old.
Ace doesn't even look the same at all anymore. I mean, dude, that looks like the guy from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That looks like Cameron. Like, dude, that doesn't look anything like Aaron. You look the same. I think I look pretty much the same, but dang, Ace took a complete transformation. I think, yeah, growing a beard definitely that changes quite a bit.
Yeah, I think he passed me up with 2-3 inches in height as well, so he's definitely grown a little bit since those days, but starting off, he was always sick.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so, I mean, I'm at a loss for words, like where you found this picture. Just, that's crazy. So, but we've got another raffle coming up today, so be sure to, step on over to that link, and you can win some cool lanyards. You can win a cool hoodie, a cool shirt, and yeah, try and get some free swag there. But also, Kyle, you mentioned Halo.gg, and we can't forget to mention the top 5 plays that happen from week to week. You can check those out. The HCS Listen-In, hosted by Tashi and myself. We got a chance to sit down with Commonly and Penguin. They had some great things to say about coming into this week, and actually, they even said they were a little bit nervous coming into this week because there's still that little bit of percentage of a chance that EG or Allegiance could take that 4th seeded spot. And then also the HCS report with you and T-Squared from last week, and big shout out to T-Squared. Killed it on the desk as always, and yeah, maybe we'll see more from him here in the very near future.
And of course, let us know your thoughts, how you like that flashback or that Throwback Thursday from Strong Side and I at a local tournament with Ace competing. Of course, tweet at us using the hashtag HCS, and or of course tweet at us at ESL Halo or at HCS. So it will be awesome to see what you guys thought about those, or if you even have any pictures yourself from when you competed at some of those local LAN events.
Yeah, send us your OG pictures. I mean, that's just crazy to see, just like the evolution. I mean, dude, we've been playing for over 12 years. We've been playing Halo for over 12 years and competing for pretty much just as long.
Oh, I mean, those locals were so much fun to be able to go to. Like a quick one-day event with all your friends from around the area, show up, get a quick LAN in, and of course, it was a little bit of a stacked team when you had me, Strong Side Ace, and I all on the same team going to one of your local events.
Yeah, we actually got banned. I remember from one place, they were like, you guys can't compete in these tournaments. It's just not fair anymore.
Yeah, always in all the locals. I remember, like, even back in the neighbor SK Hysteria days, they just weren't allowed to team on the same team at the local events. So, awesome days.
And then we went to an actual major event, and then we got destroyed. And we were like, wow, we thought we were so good at this game. What just happened? But anyways, that's enough of that. Let's get ready to go into today's match. We've got Team Liquid versus Team Envyus. And like we said, Team Liquid is fighting to get into that 7th seeded spot over Optic Gaming so they can decide who they want to play coming out of this open circuit.
And of course, Envyus is trying to secure their seed going into the tournament. So both a lot on the line for each one of these teams here. Let's go ahead and take a look at Team Liquid. Of course, here we've got Spartan, we've got Denoxide, we've got Stellar, and we have Eco.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about these guys, yeah, they've been through a bumpy roller coaster and definitely just not able to close series out. It looks like every single game that they're going to play, it seems like they're going to win. But they just, I don't know if it's nerves or what it is, they just haven't really been able to close out games and close out an entire series.
But the good news is they did take a game off of Envyus last time these two teams matched up in Week 3. But let's go ahead and take a look at who they're matching up against here today. Of course, Envyus, we've got Pistola, the legendary wizard there, followed up by Mikwin, Rain, and L-Town. All right, and of course, Pistola, Mikwin, we're going to be seeing these guys at finals, and we missed them there at World Championship, so big opportunity for these guys.
These guys have really turned it around, and I love to see kind of the success these two guys have had because they've put in the work, they've put in the time, and now it's paying off for them. They're going to be at the NA finals, and yeah, it may not be a Halo World Championship, but you know what? They're making their way there little by little. Obviously, HWC version, or the second HWC will be coming down the road, but I mean, this is definitely a step forward for these 4 guys here.
And speaking of this matchup as well, taking a look at Team Liquid, and a player we're going to highlight here today is going to be Stellar, because this is who we are looking for to come out, really shine, and start taking more of a leadership role here on Liquid and trying to get them to overcome that obstacle of just closing out games. They've done so well against almost every team. It's not like the games are complete blowouts or anything like that. They just fall short each and every time. And I'm looking for Stellar to really step it up here and prove that they are a top contender.
Definitely. Well, let's take a look at the game type overview here to see what these teams are going to be playing here in the best of 5 series. Kicking things off with Fathom CTF, Truth Slayer, Eden Strongholds, Truth Capture the Flag, and then if we make it there, Coliseum Slayer. And, you know, an interesting stat here, Kyle, I mean, these guys over on Team Liquid, they are 1-6 on CTF Fathom. So it's kind of interesting that this game type kind of slipped by the veto system. They have a 14% win rate on this game type.
That can definitely be rough, but we do have the players ready. Let's go ahead and take a look at Fathom Capture the Flag. Now, while we're taking a look at this game type, Mike, of course, 3 flag captures to win. We've got the camo, we've got the railgun here. But an interesting note, Team Envyus has been in 6 5-game series. That is going to be by far the most here. So every time their matchup, they end up going there. But start this off with Stellar, who we highlighted to begin with, and see what he's going to be doing here against Team Envyus. Looks like he is immediately running, misses the jump to top center, and then falls onto a nade. Looks like nobody here from Envyus actually pursued or went after that railgun, but they did know Stellar was there with those hit markers on that grenade. Mikwin goes for a challenge. Nice thrust action, dodges that, and takes out Stellar as well.
All right, over to Mikwin as he acquires the railgun, now trying to make a push into the base. He's watching these spawns over at the vat. Nobody does spawn there, but they're already going to bring this flag in to cap that first flag in almost the first 30 seconds. What a fast flag cap. I mean, these guys are not taking this slow. They want to get this game over with immediately.
And that's interesting as well, considering that Stellar had the railgun to start, but was ended up, you know, falling to Mikwin. Mikwin's been able to pick up that weapons, already grabbed at least 1 kill with it, and looking to pursue his way to top center. It looks like he's getting some callouts from Pistola. Pistola initially had that camo to start this game off, and Mikwin with the sick railgun shot. Listening to his teammates' call-outs, looks like Spartan is pushing into the base and will take out Pistola. Eco trying to put some extra cover fire on, takes out Mikwin as well. Now we've got all of Team Liquid collapsing on Envy's base.
All right, now over to Spartan as he's just staying alive here in the base. He will be taken down, though. And let's move over to L-Town and see what this guy's doing. And I'm still kind of astonished on how fast Envy just made that flag cap happen. They just snuck a guy into the base. They were able to get those clutch slays, especially the one at bottom middle on Stellar with the railgun. Mikwin was able to pick up the double kill, and they were able to quickly bring that flag back. And it almost looked like Team Liquid didn't even know the flag was out.
It was amazing play by Envy, knowing exactly what they needed to get done. And this is a team that we have consistently seen win games while being outslayed. So the fact that they're able to come out right off the start and win that opening charge and actually put in a flag is big props to them. So clearly this is something they've been working on.
All right, let's move over to Rain. We haven't seen too much from him this game. We've got camo coming up and railgun bottom middle. Spartan is going to pick up a railgun kill on Rain, but now we're going to hopefully see maybe Team Liquid kind of make a push out of their base. We see 2 players kind of pushing through that dip over there, but right off the spawn, Denoxide's just charging into Rain when he spawned up, and a little kind of I don't know if I like that push too much, because you're running into 3 people. You got to take your time, wait for your teammates to push up, but maybe he didn't know those players were taken down. And there, Rain just really just holding down his base, not letting anyone from Team Liquid push into his base. We're seeing Envy play a bit more defensive right now, and that's going to be 2 down for Team Liquid.
And strong side, Spartan with the railgun got taken out. Let's go on board with Pistola as he has that new camo and he is sneaking around Liquid's base. Great splinter nade to take out Eco, who was hiding in the corner. Now he's getting shot in the back by Denoxide. He's got a teammate helping him, but he'll end up dropping as well.
All right, it looks like Rain will be right there to grab the flag, and we also have Mikwin, who's just creeping up. Look at this, right behind Spartan. He gets the beatdown, not able to finish that kill though, but regardless, a great push here from Mikwin. Unfortunately, he's not able to get that kill, and Team Liquid just overthrows him right there. But still, kind of look at this. You have Envy, Pistola's still up here. You've got L-Town, so you're just seeing a lot of pressure from the entire team at once. You saw them play a bit more defensive, and then they kind of made one big wave of a push over to the other side of the map. So Liquid really had to kind of sit back, and you can see Envy, or the guys on Envy right now, Mikwin is just able to freely run across the entire map, and there's nobody even contesting him until he gets to their base.
There is a lot of action happening in Team Liquid's base, as well as Blue Treehouse as they're trying to push out. Looks like Team Liquid will finally grab control there after taking out 2 members of Envy. Now you've got Spartan pushing over to try to help Stellar lock this location down.
Got Pistola and L-Town here, though, trying to stop this. Spartan with so many grenades, but he'll get taken down by a frag grenade from Pistola. Railgun is up, and I believe...
Migwin has it here now. If we can take a look through his eyes, see if he's going to be able to put any kills down here on the map for his team. Liquid does have the flag out, but Migwin with a clutch Railgun kill picks up 1 on Liquid, and now he's quickly on a flank.
All right, Eco is trying to make that flag move. Let's move over to Eco. Actually, he's taken down, so let's go back over to Migwin as he's attempting to get this return alongside his teammate, and they do get that return. He will get the railgun on Spartan. If they are able to pick up a few more kills here, they may be able to get into the base and get another flag cap. He's doing everything he can to stay alive right now. Throws a great grenade and gets that help from Rain, so great teamwork from these 2 guys, just really slaying on these guys. But you'll notice on your screen, L-Town is blocking that VAT spawn. You'll see Sal on the far left. He's blocking the VAT spawn, so players are going to be spawning in their base in that back corner because there's players over on Envy in the treehouse, top, middle, and by the VAT. So really, the only place for the guys to spawn on Team Liquid is in their base. And I mean, these guys on Envy are playing this perfectly. They're just slaying on those guys in the base. Perfect teamwork, and now they're rallying this flag all the way back. So let's jump into third person and see where everyone's at. And look at this. You've got Spartan the dog here, but Rain is right here. He's going to be able to take him down, and then Pistola right here to finish off the cap. So what a flag play by the entire team on Envy.
Spartan was the last guy alive. He did all he could. He did get a player no shields. He took out the flag carrier as well. Just no one else from Liquid in position to try to capitalize on that. Great overall play by Envy, just shutting Liquid down.
Yeah, I mean, you saw them perfectly block all the spawns and then collapse into the base once they picked up a few kills. The guys on Team Liquid had nowhere to run. There was literally a person at every corner, at every single route that they tried to take, there was someone there. And that's going to be 3 down for Team Liquid right now. They may be able to potentially get this last player out of their base, and there they do it. Railgun's coming up. Camo will be up shortly, and we may see another flag cap here from Envy if they're able to get some control here on the Railgun and the camo.
So we do have only 1 member down now for Envy. So Liquid, you know, they're doing a good job. They're picking up some kills, but they're just not able to really coordinate a solid push into the base. Like right now, we've got 2 members. Eco ends up dropping to Pistola. Denoxide's in a 1v1 here. Does pick up the kill by switching weapons to his pistol. He does have the flag out, but he's going to immediately drop. And you've got Rain or Tim there spawning behind him on the flag either way. So most likely was going to be taken out. Just too many members of Liquid are dying here whenever they get over to Envy space.
And like we said earlier, kind of the story for Liquid right now, they're trying to get ahead of Optic Gaming. So this series is very big for them. And then same for the guys on Envy. These guys are trying to lock in their 3rd seed so they don't have to play Counter Logic Gaming off the rip at North American Finals because, I mean, it's not safe to say, but when you're going up against CLG, you don't want to pretty much go into that thinking like, hey, we're pretty much going to lose our first series against them. But who knows? We'll see what happens here. But that is what these guys are fighting for right now. That's going to be 3 down for Team Liquid, and Denoxide is the last player. They do know he's over there somewhere. You'll see L-Town. Let's move over to him, kind of trying to spot him. He's going to get the railgun kill to take down Denoxide. A great play there from L-Town, just jumping around, staying alive right now. And you see Rain. If we can move over to Rain, he's making this push into the base, doing a great job right now at just staying alive. Look at all the players on Envy just collapsing into the base right now. That's 2 down for Team Liquid. Can they make it 3 here? Denoxide just doing everything to stay alive. What a turnaround here from the guys on Team Liquid to stop that entire push.
That really looked like they were setting up for a potential capture there again, but just too many members of Liquid able to push back to the base and take out Envy. They do have, you know, essentially map control now. You see 2 members top center. Both treehouses pretty much under control, but we also have Pistola now who did the jump to top center and is starting to contest here. He'll end up dropping to Stellar. That's going to be 2 down for Envy. This is a big 1v1. Stellar with perfect shots takes down Migwin. Flag was almost pulled by Spartan, but he was ultimately taken out as well. Still 3 members in front of the base here for Envy. Stellar once again picking up another kill. Taking a quick look at the stats here, Migwin has got 19 kills. Stellar on the opposite end on Liquid, following it up with 16. So Liquid is getting outslayed here so far, and with being down 2 captures with only 3 minutes left, it's not looking good.
It is definitely not looking good. Let's move over to Spartan the dog and see what he's up to. He's just acquired the railgun. He is trying to push back, get L-Town out of his base. Goes for the railgun, does connect there. So nice kill from him. And look at this. Let's jump into third person, and he has a player over on the other side running this flag, trying to stay alive. He will go down. Denoxide will go down, and Rain going for that return, getting naded by Stellar. But look at this. You have 3 guys on Envy going for that return, and they're able to get that return. The guys on Envy right now are just moving as a unit, and they're playing a bit more defensive right now and making Team Liquid kind of go out of their element and go out of their way to try and force a flag captain. Really, they shouldn't even be trying to go for it.
And I like that challenge out of Spartan. He did commit to Pistola. He knew he had camo. He missed his last railgun shot, but at that point, with no ammo left in the weapon, his life is more valuable than yours, and it was a good pickup trade here by Spartan.
All right, so Spartan's kind of behind the guys here on Team Envy. So if he can stay alive, pick up a couple kills, look at that. That's 2 down for Envy. If he can potentially have some help from a teammate, but look at this. He's just all alone right now. He'll get taken down by Pistola. He does have Stellar now kind of charging in, but that kind of just eliminated that entire push. Now Stellar's just caught back in the base, trying to stay alive, and he's going to get collapsed on right now. And surprisingly, he's still alive. And look at this. You've got 3 guys on Envy back inside their base, and now they finally kind of clear it out. There's only 2 minutes left. I mean, Team Liquid is going to have to move quick right now, and they're just constantly one right after the other. Look at this. One right after the other, just kind of dying. They really need to just all stay alive, have all 4 alive, and then start to try and make their move. Get into a power position, but you can't die. You have to stay alive and try and make a move. Big triple kill here from Spartan. This is your time. Now, don't die. Perfect job at staying alive. He's got the railgun. Locates the players that are spawning right now over by the vat, and they're moving the flag. Let's jump into third person to see where this flag runner's at. He's all the way back at his base, and that's going to be unlegit back in his base, and he's going to get the first cap for Team Liquid. Still, they need to get 1 more cap to tie this game up. If we hit 0 on the clock and the game is tied, we'll add 3 minutes of overtime, and it will be the first to cap that 3rd one to win the match.
All right, Pistola did grab that railgun here, but he is ultimately taken out as well. That weapon is still down on the ground, and Envy playing on their hind feet right now. Mikwin going for a challenge and picks up the kill. Spartan also charges in, dies to L-Town, and now this is Envy's opportunity to push back out of the base.
All right, let's look through the eyes of Pistola right now as he's trying to defend his base, not let these guys on Team Liquid push up. He notices that guy on his radar, but he'll get tag teamed by Eco and Denoxide to get taken out. And now we've got 1 down. Let's move over to Denoxide as he looks like he's going to be pushing into the base right now, but Pistola has already spawned up. He knows where you're coming from. Pistola has to back down. Look at this. Actually, this is looking really great from Team Liquid. Let's jump into third person. If they're able to pick up 1 more kill. Uh-oh, you've got Mikwin top middle. He is going to be able to get that kill. Clutch kill. Can Spartan get the return? And no, Rain is right there to get the return. Rain played that perfectly. There is no need to go for a slay. He just snuck around, crouched behind the box, and got the return. So a great play there from Rain.
That was awesome. Heads up thought process by him. Spartan ended up going for a kill bottom center instead of going directly for the flag. That may very well have been a cap, and they really needed to put that one in. That will go game 1, 2-1 in Envy's favor. And let's take a look at the stats here as well. We do have L-Town and Mikwin leading the pack, 27 and 24 kills. And just look at the flag returns between these 2 teams. You know, obviously Envy just better at working together to return those flags. I mean, Liquid had 3 opportunities pretty much to cap it. They put 1 in, but that last and final flag cap,
that was all Rain.
And that was Rain.
Rain got that clutch return, but actually it wasn't even just Rain. You saw Mikwin just fight his way across top middle just to get that kill. Although he was taken down, he opened up that opportunity for Rain to get that return. And I mean, for Rain not to go for any slays there, it just shows, I mean, how skillful and how smart of a player Rain really is.
Yeah, I mean, even if he picked up a kill or 2 there, the better play was to go for that flag return. With such little time left, you need to make decisions on, you know, with the information and everything that's happening in the game, you know, weapon respawns, power-ups, time left on the clock. He made the perfect decision, just sacrificing any kind of kills and hiding behind that box.
And it doesn't help out that Team Liquid just went down 1-0 pretty much in the first 30 seconds. They let that little sneaky cap go by, and I think they got 3 down right off the rip, and you can't let stuff like that happen. But there you see it on your screen. Team Envyus goes up 1-0 in the series, winning game number 1, 2-1. We're going to be moving into Truth Slayer here in just a moment. But, I mean, when I talk about kind of the veto system as well here, when Team Liquid has lost this game type 6 out of 7 times, I mean, you got to think, like, at some point, hey, let's just veto this. Let's play something else because this isn't one of our stronger game types.
You know, at the very same time, Envyus, though, they were 0-2 on this map prior to going into this game type. So, you know, in that veto process, it's hard to decide. Do I want to veto our worst game type or the other team's best game type? So it's something you always need to think about when you're going into these matches. And it looks like they just kind of ignored Fathom, hoping, you know, maybe we'll pick up our second win. But unfortunately for them, Team Envyus actually grabs their first win on this map, and then we've got a Game 2 Truth Slayer. Let's go ahead and take a look at the map as well. We do have the players just about ready. This is going to be first 50 kills to win. So, of course, this is a team deathmatch, and we do have a Hydra Launcher on the map, which we don't see used too much in Slayer, but, of course, we've got a camo and then that fuel rod. Yeah,
that fuel rod is very crucial and important to get. And like you said, the map is symmetrical, but let's kick things off with Pistola, the wizard himself, and let's see what this guy does off the rip. He's going to be moving over towards the pink side with Mikwin. So always that 2-team push has been infamous since Halo 2, pushing 2 people over to the pink tower. And obviously now with Camo being there, it's very important to get control of that. You're going to see Mikwin take down Spartan with a beatdown pink 2, and now Pistola with the flank on Denoxide. They're going to go up 3-2, but having this Camo right now, Pistola is going to get taken down with that camo. Clutch kill from Eco with the AR. And let's move over to Eco now as he picked up that clutch kill on Pistola. I mean, that's huge to take down the camo guy because you're able to just do so much damage with the camo. And now he's already making a push with his teammate over into the blue base. Unfortunately, his teammate goes down, but he's going to drop under the base. Definitely a good and smart decision to drop under the base because there's nobody. I don't know about lifting up right there. You could have probably stayed under because you had Spartan on the pink side. So potentially, I mean, he could have just stayed under the base. What do you think?
Of course, he doesn't know that there's 3 players above him, but the problem that Liquid has been having is those coordinated pushes into the base, and you need to know when you're trying to do too much, and he's absolutely was trying to do too much there. He needed to wait for Spartan. He had the fuel rod. They would have been in a great position to just take control of that base, but unfortunately, Envy just too smart and too methodical with their strategy and just waited out.
Yeah, and this game type is so fast as well. I mean, right off the spawn, you're in the base. You're already getting cross-map. You have people top middle with the fuel rod, and Spartan in a great position with the fuel rod as he has a teammate kind of blocking that push out from Car, but nobody was watching that pink side. So he allowed 2 players to make that push out of pink side. Maybe it would have been better for Spartan to stay and hang around pink 2, but that was a great push from Pistola and L-Town kind of realizing that situation and making that push for that opening.
And you do have Rain, no shields in the bubble, but had just enough shields come back. Mikwin picks up a quick double kill. Envy still in the lead here. We do have the new camo getting ready to spawn here in that 50-second mark. So look for teams to start trying to grab control of Pink Tower. That is going to be 3 members dead for Envy. So Liquid needs to take this opportunity to get control of Pink Tower and make sure camo goes in their favor.
There you see camo up, Pistola and Rain right here to try and stop any players from going for it. So a nice little bait here from Envy, but it looks like they're not going to be able to get control of that. And Eco's just going to be very sneaky and get that camo. And look at the guys here on Team Liquid. They just collapsed on the players here from Envy because Envy, they were not pushing out of the blue base. They were just sitting back. No one wanted to make a push out. You saw Rain and Pistola just kind of waiting and maybe making a push towards the camo would have been more beneficial, but Team Liquid took that advantage there and put the ball into their hands and now in favor of them.
And that was a 5-to-1 basically trade that Liquid had just picked up to essentially take the lead. And now we're finally seeing those coordinated pushes from them. 2 more members of Envy drop. Now 3 members of Envy drop. Spartan sprinting around the map like a maniac here with this sword out. You just run so quickly and runs right by a player that Denoxide ends up finishing off. 24-18 lead. It's a big swing we just saw.
Yeah, and you don't want to go down very much on this game type. It's like Regret. Once a team kind of starts to pull away, it's very hard to pull back and kind of catch back up to him. But Spartan still with the sword in hand. a little over 30 seconds until that next camo is going to come up, and a great collapse from Team Liquid and a great push all together. And now Spartan just immediately all the way back at pink right now and just laying shots across the map. I love this play from him because he didn't waste any time. He didn't take anything slow. He was just immediately pushing out to make sure that his team has some control. Pink 2 is going to be obviously the most important thing to control. It's been like that since Halo 2, so you're always going to want to control that. And just constantly moving all the way over to red base, and now he's going right back to pink. So look at this, just back and forth, just playing this perfectly. He's gonna get taken down by L-Town though, kind of got a little overzealous and overextended a little bit right there, and L-Town had a perfectly placed grenade, but now L-Town with the sword and the fuel rod. Let's see what damage he can do with this.
And look at that, L-Town didn't see, but Spartan was hiding below the base on him, ends up taking him out. Must have had him on a death cam, so that's gonna put fuel rod.
Clutch kill.
Oh, so clutch there from him because he's about to pick up another kill here. Actually, does not pick it up, starts to get sandwiched, but that was Camo player that just went down, Pistola actually, and Spartan just staying alive, waiting for his teammates. He's got one shot left in this before he's got to reload. Makes it count, gets an assist here on Rain, and 9-kill lead, so they're still able to grow this further.
Yeah, Team Liquid just doing a great job at baiting and switching and just helping each other out right away, and wow, Spartan's able to get a trade right there. So clutch play there from him to at least get the trade. When you're up by this much, it's all about just getting the trade. Let's stay on board with Spartan, though, as he spawns under blue base, now making a push out to pink to try and help out Eco, but Liquid just constantly pushing towards pink, just constantly in your face. Great nades from Spartan, and now he's soaring and exploring all the way over towards pink side, and this man is just not stopping his charge. He is just now charging across bottom middle. They're up by quite a bit, and obviously they can get away with this right now, and it's kind of putting Team Envyus in a panic. And look at this, all the guys on Team Envyus spawning up at blue. You've got Spartan pushing in under the base. Mikwin dropping out the front of the base. Yeah, you got a trade. Doesn't matter, you're up 42-32.
And Spartan, I really like how aggressive he's playing here, and it's allowing his teammates to take more time to, start collapsing on the enemy team. Rain, however, with the sword and then missing that lunge, and ultimately his teammate Mikwin died because of it.
Yeah, that was definitely an unclutch play there by Rain. You're moving very quick sometimes. He didn't know that guy was going to be there, but that would have been a clutch kill to pick up for the favor of his team. And Stellar's going to get control of the sword now. Let's move over to Stellar and Carbine, though. The Carbine, look at this. Across the map, this weapon is deadly. So he is just using this at the perfect spot. You're able to just get so much damage on players. Unfortunately, he is taken down by a great nade from Rain, but if he wasn't taken down, he had the sword and potentially could have had some players baited in and picked up a couple sword kills. And
now we got that 1v1 L-Town going up against Eco. Rain will come help him out there, but more members of Envy dying, and just like that,
great
only
shots.
2 kills away. If Denoxide can pick up this one, it looks like he ultimately, will escape bottom center for a moment before Mikwin picks up that kill. Eco trying to go collapse on that. Only 1 kill left here for Liquid, and
that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it. Team Liquid still just hanging on. They're gonna go 1-1 in the series right now. Let's take a look at these stats. Oh my goodness. Spartan with 17 kills and 7 deaths. Stellar with a whopping 16 kills and 11 deaths. These guys just putting up some huge numbers for their squad.
And Denoxide and Eco, actually, that's a lot of assists between those two guys, 13 and 10 there. They did go a little bit negative, but when your teammates are going +10 and +5, you're allowed to sacrifice a few extra deaths. Spartan and Stellar really just leading the pack here, and Spartan doing work that entire game. Like I said it before, the kid's amazing. He wins so many individual 1v1 battles, and he has great awareness on the map as well. And he's not afraid to go after any player. It doesn't matter who you are, he will jump out and challenge you if he thinks that's what he needs to do.
Yeah, and I think Team Liquid they were so aggressive throughout the entire game. We saw Spartan charging across bottom middle. We just saw him just constantly rotating through pink 2, back and forth between each base, going under the base, staying alive under the base, and just making some very clutch plays, killing the guy that had sword and fuel rod. So the guys on Team Liquid definitely just were too much for the guy. Look at those shots, though, by L-Town. Those are some phenomenal shots.
Those really were. And the way that Truth plays out, you've got the BR spawning pink 2 and the Carbine spawning car 3, so you really have to be aggressive. And with the way Halo 5 works out with sprint, with clamber, and everything else involved here, slides. You can just collapse on enemy teams so quickly, and that's what we're seeing out of Liquid, holding the power positions and quickly collapsing on the enemy teams. And that was just too much aggression here from Liquid for Envy to handle. And all of a sudden, week 7, day 1, our very first series, number 2 seed going up against number 8 seed, and it's going to be an interesting one.
Well, number 3 seed.
Number 3 seed.
Enigma 6 is number 2 seed, but yeah, regardless, I mean, still a lot on the line for both the teams. Eden Strongholds, we're going to see kind of which team can pull away here. I mean, we've seen so many times on Eden Strongholds, Team Liquid has been up, and they ended up losing the game. I think we've seen them twice when they were playing against Enigma 6 one time as well. It's just they've never been able to close it out, but True Slayer, they definitely closed that one out. They closed out that game, and they were playing aggressive. I'd love to see Team Liquid come out on Eden Strongholds with that aggression as well, and kind of forcing those spawns and just putting so much pressure on Team Envyus where they're just like, we don't know what to do. Right off spawn, Team Envyus feels kind of trapped, and they're kind of turtling up because they know they have nowhere to run because Team Liquid is just, they're coming from every angle.
And not only that strong side, but last time these two teams did match up, they played Eden Strongholds, and Team Liquid, that was the game Team Liquid actually won as well. That was 100-46 there. So, I mean, we may very well see
week 3.
Yeah, wow. We might very well see a 2-1 lead in favor of Liquid, and that is really going to ruffle everyone's feathers there in the standings and what's going to happen and how everything here will play out. So Liquid, this was one of their stronger game types here, being Eden Strongholds. And, of course, if they're able to take that game with a true CTF and a Coliseum Slayer, we already saw them dominate on Truth Slayer. They can absolutely carry that kind of power and map movement and aggression over to the flag. And then, of course, if we go to a game 5, sometimes it's like a coin flip. Who's rotating those weapons, controlling those the best? And I wouldn't be surprised if Liquid actually comes out and wins this series, and that'll put Optic Gaming in a real bad position.
Yeah, that'll put a lot of pressure on them because, I mean, yeah, they're holding that 7th seed, and they've also been having kind of a rocky finish here at the end of the Pro League. But it sounds like the players are just taking a moment to get into their match. But, I mean, the latest update, though, is going to be Warzone Firefight in Halo 5. If you haven't got a chance to play it, take some time, play a couple games, because you can win some free gold packs. If you win your first game in Warzone Firefight, you win 1 free gold pack. If you win 3 games, you win 3 gold packs. And then if you win 5 games, you win another 5 gold packs. So there's a lot of potential there to win some serious gold packs right there. If you want to, actually, excuse me, it's 9 Warzone Firefight wins for 5 gold packs. But yes, a total of 9 gold packs, and it's a lot of fun. You can get 8 people together and just kind of take on some new bosses. And let me tell you, it is definitely not easy. I was searching with FaceSide there for a little bit, and we matched up just by ourselves, and it is brutal. I mean, you got to have tanks. You got to use all your rec cards. You got to use everything. And then another update we had was to the Forge area as well. And so you'll see the new skin title. And we've seen a lot of cool things happen within Forge, and just people making some wild and crazy awesome content. Some of these maps, like, it just almost like doesn't even look like Halo. It's like its own game because there's just so much you can do with Forge. So big shout out to Tom French and the Forge team. Just everything they've been doing, they've just been absolutely killing it. If you haven't got a chance to check out Forge, make sure you do so and kind of see what cool things you can make.
Now, Strongslide, I haven't seen this one before. Tell us a little bit about that pin you're rocking here today. I see you're switching it up.
We've got the beatdown pin right now, and actually I noticed you got a pin now too. You haven't had a pin for quite some time.
Appreciate that pin, Mike.
You're welcome. I got you. But yeah, so just changing it up a little bit, get that little beat down going. But yeah, I mean, just changing it up. Maybe we'll try and have new pins all the time. Maybe I'll send you out some more pins and just have something crazy every week.
I would fully pin it out if that was a chance.
I'm digging the Master Chief green tie as well.
You like that?
Looking fresh.
And of course, we're getting the players ready. It'll just be another minute or 2 here before we get that game started. Mike, it seems like everybody loves when we go back and, you know, reminisce a little bit on some of those older Halo days. I think we were talking about you joining Final Boss. Now,
yeah, let's talk about you joining Straight Rippin'. We never got a chance to talk about that. So tell us a little bit about that story, because I don't even think I know the entire story about you joining Straight Rippin'.
So it's not quite as glamorous as your story. Lots of behind the scenes and drama involved on those kind of things, but
always the drama behind the scenes.
We got 3rd place at Dallas. 07. No, yeah, 07. And we third place, and we lost to Carbon, who had that amazing performance where Karma was going off with that sniper.
Yeah, it was always our three teams. It was
And
Final
they won
Boss,
that.
Straight Rippin', and Carbon. It was always kind of all three of us just butting heads constantly. It'd always be our three teams in the finals.
And that was the tournament that they really came out and just were on fire. And of course, I was on the agency at this point. And then I get home on like a Tuesday, and I wake up and I get a text from, I think it was Fallacy or Fonzie at the time, some
Fallacy,
of the OG
man.
Halo guys.
Some OG names. These guys are like the pioneers of competitive
They really
Halo.
are. And they're asking me if I want a team. And I'm like, you know, I just got third place. I don't know if I really want to do that. They're like, oh, well, maybe you should talk to your team. And then I get on and I found out that I was dropped. And then Nated and Legit.
Never a good feeling.
Yeah, Nated and Legit actually joined the agency. And then the night before the roster lock, they dropped Legit for some reason. And SK, who got dropped with me, we had gone to Straight, but then SK worked his way back onto the agency, and Legit and I joined Straight Rippin', and then proceeded to dump on the agency for the rest of like 3 years.
Man, still seems like there's some tension going on right there.
And that was Victory X on that team too, so big shout out to Victory.
Victory. Still competing, still in the Pro League to this day. He's the oldest player. Shout out to Victory X for still
So they basically,
strong.
Victory and Macchio basically made Straight Rippin'. So good times and big shout out to them, because I would have never had the opportunity to team with all these amazing players. And of course, Legit, just such a monster at that point in time as well.
Yeah, Legit, man. Always with some huge plays. Definitely go back and watch some of the top 10 plays and just ridiculous stuff. But it sounds like we have the players ready going into Eden Strongholds. So let's get into this intro. We got Eden Strongholds. First to 100 points will win. You've got 3 Strongholds. You want to hold at least 2 to capture points, and you can go for the trip cap to get some points a little bit faster. There you see Camo on the map. You've got Overshield and the rocket launcher. So a lot of goodies on here to have your team go for, and obviously getting these goodies is really going to benefit your team and make it a lot easier to win this game type.
And this beginning opening strategy on who can go and grab that overshield is always so crucial, and Eco with the shots on that AR picking up that kill on Rain. So big props to him as well. Tries to pick up Mikwin with that splinter nade, unable to do so. So you do have Mikwin or Austin there now in Red Nest, starting to capture that flag, and Liquid trying to push on and get that reset. However, they are not going to be able to do so, and that will go in favor of Envy here. It is now being currently taken back by Denoxide. We had several members drop here for Envy. We may be looking at a triple cap here momentarily.
All right, so they're holding that 2 cap, and Spartan's got the rockets. Doesn't know there's a player behind him, though. He's going to stay alive. Can he just stay alive a little bit longer and keep these rockets in the hands of his team? You got Rain going for the ground pound from downtown there. He's going to bail on that, and Spartan just staying alive there with these rockets. And still, they're holding these 2 strongholds, so Spartan the Dog is really just kind of taking Rain out of the picture and kind of leaving it up to his team. Obviously now, doesn't seem like the other 3 guys on his team were able to defeat the other 3 guys on Team Envyus, but now Team Envyus with the trip cap, pulling this game back into their favor.
And when your team has 2 flags and rockets, it's not something you normally see, but big props to Envy for being able to turn around that situation and actually pick up a triple cap here. You do have Spartan pushing, trying to get this catwalk. Great triple kill, perfect shots at the end there. However, they're Liquid not able to secure the nest, and Spartan trying to do what he can here, but just no help from his teammates. They ultimately, or Envy ultimately gets the reset there, but we do have Red Nest now going in favor of Team Liquid.
Yeah, actually, those players on Team Liquid were taken down. You're going to see a trade there from Mikwin and Denoxide. Let's move over to L-Town as they're trying to hold the blue bend. He goes down from some grenades. You've got Rain now trying to cover it. All 3 of those guys are taken down. So now they're able to turn this around and get control of blue bend and Nest. Now you've got Spartan the Dog just rushing to bottom middle. Overshield is coming up. So let's see if they were able to acquire it. You've got 2 players here. Looks like Stellar is going to be able to get control of that overshield. So a big play there from Stellar to get that. And Denoxide committing suicide with those rockets, and he is able to take down Rain, but these rockets are just pretty much freely given right now to Spartan.
And he is going to be watching Stellar run by him. They know Red Nest is being captured, goes for some of those Hail Mary rockets, grabs some hit markers, forces the player out of the stronghold, and then jumps across the top mid. I love this play by him. He is helping everyone out, going everywhere he needs to be, and then actually secures it. Triple cap here for Team Liquid.
Yeah, Spartan the dog, if he can keep that pressure up, you'll notice when he's just constantly in the face of the other team, he's just putting so much pressure that Team Envyus doesn't really know what to do. But now Team Envyus is able to get control of that blue bend again, and now kind of come back and take the lead. It's 31, or excuse me, tie the game and looking to take the lead. And there you see it, they take the lead. But back and forth, we're seeing definitely a different Team Liquid right now. Staying on board with Spartan the dog, though. He's getting into a 1v1 with Pistola. I like how he's just doing everything to stay alive, making himself such a hard kill. Waited for his teammate to push up, and now he is going to be able to kill Pistola, so they are able to keep control and actually potentially now get control of the nest, and he's going to fight 2 players. Not going to be able to get that. It will be reset, so a big reset right there from L-Town.
And just wanted to show you that quick clip of L-Town absolutely destroying Denoxide. Just went perfect shots, no health, out BR. That is not what you want to see out of Denoxide there. But just like that, they still have control in favor of Team Liquid, and Envy working to try to bring this one back.
Pistola here in the tower, just staying alive. I like how he's just staying right near his teammate. There's no reason to make a push out, and actually his teammate is going to get into a fight there in the tower. Pistola probably thought he had someone kind of covering his back, but that guy just flew in and just was so aggressive, and that's what we keep saying. The guys on Team Liquid, they're catching the guys on Team Envyus off guard because they're just playing so overly aggressive. And Overshield is going to be popping here in just a second. So we've seen the guys on Envy not be able to get down here and just get that control. So I believe, is that Stellar who picked up the Overshield? I believe so. No, Stellar has rockets. I'm not sure where that Overshield ended up, but definitely didn't go into the hands of Envy there.
Yeah, it looks like it must have been burnt, but Stellar still with those rockets. That was a triple cap momentarily for Envyus, but they're already bringing this back. This is a close one, and we're already way past that midway point here. Stellar ends up dropping, but he did not have any rockets left. Liquid trying to stay alive here and push in to grab control of this turbine area, but they're going to be dropping left and right like flies.
Well, that was a great push there on the turbine side from Envy, because L-Town knew that a player over on Team Liquid had the rockets, so they kind of hung around the perimeter of turbine and kind of made Stellar come out to them. And when Stellar could have just potentially just sat back with those rockets and waited for a guy on Envy to push, he kind of overcommitted because he didn't see anybody. So Envy really kind of just baited him out, and then they were able to get control of Blue Bend now. Now leaving that, they know all the players are spawning at Blue, so they're going for that top catwalk. I mean, Envy just really down to the T with their team, kind of coordinating and getting complete control. Like them leaving Blue Bend and just saying, hey, we don't need it. They saw the guys on Team Liquid go for it, and they're like, yeah, we'll make a trade. We'll get Catwalk because we want to hold Catwalk and we want to hold Nest.
And control still in favor of Envy, and they're just moving around the map. You can see Liquid's icons here, but none of them are together. Finally, Denoxide spawning out there with Spartan, who's committing and challenging here, but he ends up dropping to a BR as well. Liquid really needs to do these coordinated pushes like we're seeing from Envy, when they're just getting caught on focusing on all the different strongholds separately when they need to be focusing on one of them together.
That was a big kill from Mikwin right there to stop that player from going into the catwalk, and now he was able to buy some time for his teammates to get the next guy that was going into the catwalk out, but Overshield did pop, and you see Stellar go down with that Overshield pretty much immediately. And just still Envy in control right now, 84-51, holding that catwalk and Nest. They definitely seem to favor these two the most, because catwalk, when you have a player right here where Rain is just over in the window, let's move over to him. Actually, he is taken down, but when you have players that are able to sit in the window and just be able to get those shots on the player out of catwalk, it's just makes it very easy to hold. But there you see it. As I say that, Team Liquid does get control of the catwalk.
And strong side, let's go take a look at Eco here. He does have the camo. He helped secure that top mid or top center stronghold here on catwalk. Flanks around, catches Pistola off guard. He needs one of his teammates to finish him. Looks like he is walking around looking for him. Does find him sneaking around. Ends up picking up a cliffhanger there. Shots on that top center. L-Town trying to get this catwalk, but if Eco can collapse fast enough, this is going to be another kill and a reset.
Well, that was a great push by Spartan to help out Eco there from the mid-bridge up to the catwalk to keep that control. So definitely great teamwork out of them. Eco didn't overcommit. He knew he had camo. He wasn't going to be spotted on radar, so he kind of baited Pistola in earlier, but here you see it, Pistola coming to get his revenge here, and now you've got Rain and Pistola about to capture this catwalk. He's going to try and hang back and not get hit by those grenades, and now they're going to go back to their favorite setup. That's Red Nest and Top Catwalk. Although Team Liquid did get the spawn over at Red Base. The spawns were open. Nobody on Envy would go for it. But now, look at this. On the far left of your screen, you see Envy going for the trade now, going for that blue bend. Let's move over to L-Town as he's helped out by Rain to get that control. And yes, they are going to be able to capture blue bend. Now back to Pistola.
But Strongside, that was just 3 down now for Envy. So this is a great opportunity for Liquid to regain control. They're not going to have Catwalk, but you got Eco in there fighting, picks up a kill on Mikwin, and Pistola now trying to push over. Red Nest is being taken. Denoxide gets the reset here, might just buy enough time to get his teammates help. New overshield's going to be up as well. This is going to be the last one we see. Bend is also falling to Envy, and it will go in their favor. They only need 4 points to win.
Wow, what a turnaround of events right here for the guys on Liquid. I mean, just they need to hold this down. 96 to 82. This is where we need to see. Do they have the nerves still? Obviously, it does not look like it. They've got the trip cap. They have rockets. We need to see a clutch play here, though, from Stellar, and they should be able to close it out. He's going to pick up a clutch kill, a double kill, Mikwin and Pistola, and that's going to be 3 down for Envy. And this is looking great for Team Liquid. All they need to do is pick up a few kills and slay.
And there's going to end. There's too much time under a triple cap. I can't believe Liquid is actually doing it.
This is the different Liquid that we needed to see. They have gone clutch. The nerves are out the window. They've taken down Team Envyus here in game number 3. Let's take a look at these stats here. You've got Spartan going big again with 22 kills, and right behind him, Eco with 19 and Stellar with 18. So these guys, they're closing the game out now. Their nerves are out the window, and just the aggression towards the end of that match and just getting that clutch kill. Right there, Stellar needed to get at least 1 kill, and he got 2 kills for the 2-in-1 trade. That pretty much secured the win for those guys.
And it was a pretty good play from Envy. Like, he jumped backwards, thrusted forward to try to dodge the rocket. Stellar had to make a decision, either die here and lose rockets or risk committing suicide and picking up a kill. What he did not even know was that Mikwin was crouching right there on the corner as well. Picks up a 2-for-1. Let's take a look at some of the highlights here from this video. This is the one we pulled up and showed you on stream. I just had to let you know, L-Town absolutely destroyed Denoxide there. I thought that might have been the end of the game. Envy was actually winning this game for majority of the time, and we're actually being outslayed as well, something we've consistently seen from them. But especially Stellar, 10 captures, Eco 8, and Spartan 7. The objective work is much improved here from Team Liquid, and they came out here to play today. I would have loved to see this from them earlier in the season.
Too. Top Catwalk, Spartan just immediately helping out his teammate. It seems like the guys on Liquid are definitely communicating a lot more, and especially to close out the game, because we saw him make that push towards the Top Catwalk, and he was putting that pressure on from that other angle, but Spartan the Dog was able to just come in and make up that clean, easy kill. But there you see it on your screen. Team Liquid winning game number 3, 100 to 96. And definitely a pretty solid comeback there. Normally it's the other way around. We usually see another team make that comeback on them.
Well, Envy's got to be pretty disheartened by that, because they were the team CLG actually had that legendary comeback against in the Slayer, of course. And then in Strongholds Plaza, we saw that insane 60-point deficit that Allegiance was able to overcome and beat Evil Geniuses on the Strongholds. But that was an extremely close and back-and-forth game. I think it went into Team Liquid's favor when Stellar picked up that 2-for-1 with that rocket kill, and then having a triple cap in that position when all 4 members, or at least 3 members of Envy are coming off spawn, is best-case scenario.
And going into game number 4 here on Truth CTF, Team Envyus is going to have to play. They can't play passive. They've got to play more aggressive. They're getting caught in their base on Truth Slayer earlier. They were afraid to push out. They just didn't feel comfortable making a push towards camo. So Team Envyus definitely needs to play much more aggressive here and not get collapsed on by the guys on Team Liquid, because if it's anything like we saw on True Slayer, we're going to see Spartan just flying through across the middle of the map, just right in your face.
And Strongside, we've got the players ready back in the game. Let's go ahead and take a look at Truth. Capture the Flag, of course, plays a little bit differently than Slayer. Obviously, one's an objective, one's killing the other team.
Right, you are.
And, of course, Envy, who's done so well on, like, being outslayed but still winning games, that's obviously not going to work here. Or it could actually work here again. But let's go start off with Stellar if we can. And Stellar's been doing such a great job last game, and just looking for him to step up and be a monster for his team. And considering Team Liquid's record, look at this kid's stats. 4.06 KDA when you're essentially almost losing every game. And I don't see him as somebody that's consistently baiting teammates or doing anything like that. He's just doing whatever he can, whatever is in his skill set to win.
Exactly. Well, we saw L-Town just flying with that sword trying to get into Team Liquid's base. Stellar just kind of hanging out, and I like how he's not pushing into the base. He doesn't need to. He knows his teammates were killed across the map. Picks up a nice little double kill right here.
Back-to-back perfects.
Yeah, I mean, just a perfect play from him because he was holding down the car side. His teammates died, and there's no need to push. He just can sit back and wait for all those players to push into the base, and that's exactly what he did. And I mean, he played it just perfect right there.
And he didn't see, two members on car side here. Great teamwork by Envy to pick up that kill. L-Town was just crouching above Stellar that entire time when he had the plasma pistol. Denoxide getting caught out, top of the base. He dies the nades. Pistola grabs a quick double. Stellar needs to win this 1v1. It helps that Pistola's got to reload here. He jumps out, challenges, and picks that one up.
All right, we've got Rain sneaking up here on the car side. Stellar making his way under the base. A great push for Stellar. It's always annoying when you have a player under your base just kind of sneaking around. You know he's going to be making a push up, but that's going to be 2 down for Team Liquid. So that's probably going to stop this push, even though Stellar's under the base. He's not going to be able to potentially get that flag too far out. And right as he tries to go for that flag grab, he's immediately taken down. And while this is happening, we've got the guys here on Envy, they've got the flag all the way to car 2 right now. You see Eco going for that return. He is going to be able to get that return, so a great return here from the guys on Liquid, just completely stopping that flag dead in its tracks there and not letting them get it past that 50-yard line.
And if you just saw in that kill feed, I said we haven't seen it very often, but Stellar's looking to prove me wrong. He just picked up a Hydra launcher kill there, so big props to him.
Oh my
He's been stepping it up.
Right on the death screen right there, Eco just taking down a long-range kill, or getting a long-range kill there with the Storm Rifle on Miquin. That was extremely clutch, but Pistola getting clutch now with an overkill to stop that flag run. Now all these players are going to be able to just immediately push across the map. You see Pistola with the fuel rod, Miquin just waiting to push up for his teammates to kind of get across that 50-yard line, and now you've got Pistola top middle with the carbine. Wow, and he's actually going to be taken down from Pink 2. I bet he thought he had players there just in Pink 2 that could kind of give him some cover, but that guy was able to sneak by, and that was a big kill to take down Pistola, because now they're not able to immediately push into the base.
Eco previously just grabbed the camo, but he was instantly taken out as well. Still plenty of time left in this game. Just had 2 members down for Liquid, but now that's 2 down for Envy. Denoxide needed to stay alive there, but Spartan on a flank picks up a kill.
Pistola with the turnaround fuel rod kill. That flag is still there. Now it is returned. We'll go back to the base. We still sit 0-0 right now. Envy needs to win this to keep the series going, to go to Game 5. If Team Liquid wins here, that will be all she wrote.
And this is something nobody saw coming. I knew Liquid had it in them. You know, we've seen great things from them, but just fall short every single time. But this is essentially the best position they've been in all season long.
Well, I love to see this too out of the guys on Team Liquid. They just haven't given up. Even though they are last seed, they're still going at it. Each week they've came in strong to put up a big fight against all these teams. And you know, some of these teams may have just kind of thought that they were going to breeze by and get a free win. But Team Liquid definitely not making it easy for any single one of these teams.
And Pistola winning a 1v1 bottom car against Denoxide. Stellar trying to stay alive and control this bubble, both the block spawns, assist his teammates, and pick up those kills. They are slowly coordinating a push into the base. I like that they're waiting for Denoxide. You did have Spartan just drop. The new camo is going to be up soon as well, man. But Stellar gets melted.
That's unfortunate. If Stellar dies right there, it's so easy for the guys on Envy to push out. And so from the Envy side, that was really clutch of them to get that kill on Stellar and make that push out of the base. If Stellar could have potentially stayed alive, they may have been able to get a flag out of the base. And potentially get that flag moving past that 50-yard line. But Camo is up now. You're going to see Denoxide go for that. Rain will pick it up, and he will be taken down by Stellar. You've got 3 players here on Envy making this push towards pink side. L-Town just soaring through the air right now. Stellar's going to do a great job at staying alive and not overextending. And now he's got 2 players here. Pistola just creeping down at pink 1. He's going to get tag team, but get a clutch plasma grenade and throw a little blueberry over at Stellar to stick him right in the face.
And Strongside, when you get a second, we're going to have to pull up the stats here and see exactly what's happening. Look at this Pistola Mickwin combo doing work. 17 kills out of Pistola already.
18 kills now. Pistola just doing work right now here. Just a lot of slays, helping out cross map. This is an opportunity. They have an opportunity for a flag run if he can stay alive. They have 2 people pushing in from car, and they have 2 people at pink. If they can clear out the base, force the spawns over in the bubble, they may be able to get this flag out towards the pink side and get that flag moving. Pistola's doing a great job pushing into the base right here, staying alive. There is a player hiding inside the base. Will he be able to get this kill? That would be so clutch. No, he's not going to be able to. Spartan's going to jump right out towards that pink side, but look at that. That's 3 down for Team Liquid.
And let's go and take a look through Rain's eyes. He's got the fuel rod. He's got plenty of ammo left. He is controlling pink side the base, and he's hiding in that little sneaky ledge here. And Team Liquid, no idea that he's actually there.
Great job here to get those 2 kills, and now just staying alive, waiting for Pistola. You've got Denoxide hiding here in the base. They may be able to get a flag moving here once again, but every single attempt has just been stopped. Pistola's taking shots. That's 1 down for Team Liquid. 2 players under the base. This is their opportunity to get the flag moving. All the players are just hiding, but Rain will fall. It just doesn't seem, and Pistola will fall too. It does not seem like just they're able to just get that flag moving. It looks like it's in their favor when they're making that push into the base, but Team Liquid just counters so well against Envy and just turns around a bad situation into a good situation.
And Sharkside, that situation was even worse than we initially thought. Envy actually had 2 fuel rods. L-Town had 1 and Rain had 1. So that was even worse case scenario here for Liquid, and they were able to turn it around. Of course, Rain still controlling pink 2, but Liquid just completely ignoring the run in there and rushing to top center. It looks like we had Pistola crouching with Camo's sword, but everyone from Liquid finally focusing on the same objective, and the beginning of that push was controlling or getting back to P2. Eco looks like he's rocking out a CLG HCS skin, so supporting probably his favorite team, I would assume there as well, so props to him.
Yeah, I mean, the CLG skin it's pretty sick. I mean, you gotta get it. I got all of them, but I mean, the CLG skin, it just looks so sleek. Now, here we go. We've got a flag moving, and with the sword, this is the best way to run the flag. Rain's already back to his base pretty much. You've got Eco here. Can he get a touch? No. You've got Rain going in for the flag cap, and he slides in so smoothly to go up 1-0 right now. Envy has the lead, trying to win this game type to stay alive here in the series. Now, if Rain and Envy can make one more push into the base, capture that second flag with the sword, that would be even more clutch. You saw just a perfect play with that sword flag combo. Just quickly and swiftly moving that flag across the map. Now, Rain moving over towards the car side because he knows he has players controlling that pink side. And a nice little flank there. Maybe didn't notice that guy. Yes, he did notice him. That's going to be a double kill. 3 down for Liquid. Make that 4 down. Goes for the triple. Can he get the over? Yes, he wants it. He comes back up. No, now he's going to dip out. He's just going to try and stay alive. Look at this. He's dipsy-doodling everywhere. But he will be taken down by Eco. Denoxide now with the sword. He will be fuel rotted by Mickwin. Nice little play there from Mickwin to just kind of peekaboo him and sneak attack him right there from top middle instead of overextending and charging Denoxide right in the face when he had sword. But I mean, Envy just really doing a great job at controlling these power weapons. And like you said, they had 2 fuel rods earlier. Even though they weren't able to make a play with it, they're just constantly with these power weapons.
And that fuel rod being put to great use as Mickwin stays alive, no health, no shields, picks up yet another double kill, and that's a great time to do so as that camo just spawned up. Pistola will get taken out trying to grab that, but taking this weapon top center, finds a BR of all things as well.
Yeah, that's a great burn though there from Pistola. He knew he wasn't going to be able to get it, so he just went for the burn. Got Stellar taking down Mikwin, though. Some great shots there from Stellar. Let's move over to him, see if he can stay alive top middle and attempt to help his team push into the base. But L-Town and Pistola are going to tag team him and take him down. So great teamwork from those two. You've got Rain and Pistola now pushing over on Denoxide. You see Denoxide at top pink. Let's move over to Pistola, though, as these two players try and control pink. Denoxide, wow. He's going to be able to get that kill and take down Rain. Are you kidding me? Wow, what looked to be in favor of Envy, Denoxide just completely turned that situation around. Let's move over to him. If they can pick up these few kills here and stay alive, that's 2 down for Envy. This is looking good. Try and get this flag moving. The spawns are open over at Cart, but they are also open at Pink 1, so they are going to get sandwiched here. And you see Rain, he did spawn over there, and same with his teammate Pistola, and then you've got Mikwin there too. So Liquid didn't really control the spawns too well there. Yeah, they were having great slays and collapsing into the base, but the car bubble spawn was open and the Pink 1 spawn was open, so they just got sandwiched. There was nothing they could do there.
And that is something you really want to focus more on as a team, or have your coach helping you out with that as well. Denoxide, good nade, fuel rod shot, but kind of over commits there, gets taken out by Rain. Spartan crouching in Pink 2, immediately runs for that fuel rod, so I like this play here. Look, let's go on board with Spartan. He pushes out, gets taken out. He better hope that his teammate is able to grab that weapon. Eco, maybe a little too aggressive there. Maybe taking a look at that time. Kind of looked like a panic mode there. A minute and a half left. You need to put a coordinated push together. You can't just be running out hoping to get a lucky flag pull. I really don't like what we just saw there.
Yeah, in times like this, it is very hectic. And when you look at that clock, you definitely get worried and you think, man, I got to make something happen. And there you see Eco. Eco just flying across the map, not spotted. So Eco is in a great position right now. Nobody knows he's here right now. Actually, L-Town does know he's here right now, and L-Town, that's a clutch kill. You know, Eco could have just went completely under the base and maybe lifted up and potentially gone for a flag then, but Eco pretty much had the opportunity right there for his team. They only have about 40 seconds left. They need to make something happen. And like I was saying earlier, it's like when you see the clock, you're like, I got to make something happen. I got to move quick, and you overextend, but you've got to make one good push. You got to make one good wave of a push. And there you see Denoxide running the flag. Can he make it happen? He's at car 2. He has a teammate here. He will go down, though. They're trying to rally the flag, and Stellar will go down. That's all of those players going down, and you've got Rain going for the return. He will be able to get that return, and they're going for flag number 2. But this does not look like Team Liquid is going to be able to make this happen right now. Envy, just some great defense, and honestly, from the other side, from Team Liquid, kind of just playing a little too overzealous there at the end when they just needed to kind of gather together and make one big push. So we're all tied up. We're going to Game 5 here, Elamite.
Game 5 already. That is just awesome way to get this series started. Take a quick look at the stats, and this was something, we've seen Envy actually win games while getting outslayed. But when they are heavily outslaying the other team, they only barely snuck that victory 1-0 here. They did have, more flag returns than Liquid did. So obviously being more aggressive, more pulls, create more opportunities, but 33 kills out of Pistola and 28 from Mikwin. This heavily outslayed Team Liquid here this game.
And just a fun little stat here, now going to Game 5 with Team Envyus. These guys have been to 6 5-game series already. This is their 7th one. We've only seen 10 total 5-game series until now. This will be the 11th 5-game series. Two teams that have been in the most, obviously Envy, like I said, this is their 7th 5-game series. Next is Allegiance with 4 5-game series. And then other than that, it's only been Team Liquid and Enigma 6 on week 3 with 1 5-game series. So it's just been Envy and Allegiance constantly going to these Game 5s.
And they are, well, Envyus is 3-3 in that record there. So, pretty solid win ratio if you're going to Game 5s on, what you can do there. As far as the actual game type goes, so far this season, we have seen a 2-1 record here from Envyus, and then a 1-4 record from Team Liquid. Now, Team Liquid found a lot of success on Coliseum capture the flag in the beginning of the season, but not the same kind of luck when it comes over to Slayer on that map. But I think from what we've seen out of Team Liquid here today, the games they've lost have been extremely close. The games they won, still close, but, you know, almost kind of more convincing for Team Liquid. And then with a Game 5, you know, I absolutely see this one being a toss-up. And if Liquid's able to pick up a win, that puts everybody at the top, you know, that makes them
everything.
scared, and then everyone at the bottom, especially Optic.
Yeah, a lot of people went into today, even myself a little bit, thinking, hey, top 4, it's kind of secured almost. But there's so much going on between all these teams and so many little stories and challenges that still are ahead of them. And if Team Liquid wins here, it puts the pressure on Optic Gaming. They are now tied in the series, and now Optic Gaming has to win a series going into today or tomorrow. And then for Team Envyus, that pulls them back and now allows the chance for Renegades to potentially take that 3rd seed, and now Envyus is going to have to play CLG at finals first, and you don't want to do that. That's just putting more work on yourself and making it a harder journey.
I mean, it's kind of considered, or, you know, everyone expects CLG to go at least make it to the finals here, or to be in like the championship round at finals anyway. And it's depending on who is going to be the other team to come out and face them. So if you're matching up against CLG first round, there's always a chance to beat them. We've seen Enigma 6 do it. We've seen Envyus, you know, essentially probably should have done it, but just CLG be too clutch. So still a chance, but starting off in the losers bracket is a tough spot to be in.
Yeah, you never want to start there. But I guess going into this Game 5, too, if we see Pistola dropping a 30 bomb right here, if we see that same Pistola just kind of just playing aggressive, great shots constantly, decision-making was on point, making those challenges and those pushes at the right time, it could be in the favor of Envy. But for those of you watching at Twitch, let us know in the chat, is it going to be Envy, or is it going to be Team Liquid to win this one? Can Team Liquid go clutch and let those nerves, just leave them in the past, leave those nerves behind, and close out, which would kind of send a little shockwave through the Pro League right now, putting the pressure on a lot of teams.
And that would completely change everything I've been thinking about and happening, and how the series will fall and where the standings will be after today. So that's definitely throwing a curveball here in my direction, and something, you know, I just really didn't expect. Now, did you say if we see Pistola drop 30 kills, we'll probably see Envy win the game? Because if that's what you said, I completely agree with you.
Yep. I mean, if he gets 30 kills, I don't even think that's ever been done in the history.
I've never seen a tournament Slayer. Yeah. I've never seen a tournament Slayer with 30 kills. I've seen 20 like in the 20s, like 24, maybe 23, 24 mark, yeah. Never 30.
I think 24 might have been Ogre 1 or Ogre 2 back in the day.
If anybody did it, it was probably one of those guys.
I think it might have been Sanctuary too. Maybe one of them had Sniper.
Or Zyos, maybe.
Maybe Zyos too, man. Really you're going even further back right now. But sounds like we have the players ready to go. We're going into Game 5, Team Liquid versus Team Envyus here on Coliseum Slayer. Who is going to be able to take this one home? Liquid wants this. There's a lot of goodies here on the map. There you see rockets. You've got scatter shot bottom middle, and we have the sniper on the opposite side of the map. So who do you want to kick things off with here?
Rain. Let's go and kick this one off with Rain. We haven't seen a lot from him. He was playing really well, especially that last game, pulling off some sick plays here. He is quickly sprinting to Snipe Tower Spartan, trying to help out one of his teammates, but gets caught off guard, and that's going to put the sniper here potentially in favor of Envy. You got a lot of Liquid guys just chilling bottom center. Not really the position you want to be in here on the Slayer game type when you're trying to focus and grab some of those weapons here, but early quick lead here for Envy.
I believe Mikwin does have the sniper. Let's move over to him. He does have the sniper over here. He's got help from Pistola watching that sniper side push from Blue. He's going to get a body shot there on Stellar. Nice shot from him. L-Town with a quick cleanup. Great communication from these two. Mikwin struggling right there to get away, but he is able to. So a great job at staying alive. And I like how Mikwin is just completely rotating right now. He noticed all of his teammates are dead, but Denoxide is going to cut him off as he tries to sneak away. Let's move over to Denoxide as he has the sniper now. I believe he is out of rockets, but he's got the battle rifle and sniper. So in a great position just now, once again, for him, hanging back. And this is a great sight line here when you're over in the fridge or the fountain. A lot of different callouts for that area, but you get a lot of great sight lines from across the map towards the elbow. But on the other end, you've got Team Envyus doing a great job and not really kind of going to those sight lines and making a fantastic push right there to make it pretty much impossible for Denoxide to hit a shot.
And that was 3 down for Team Liquid, so they just lost Sniper, they just lost Scattershot. You see both of those weapons here now being picked up by Envy. Mickwin looking like he almost got that headshot, but then ripping Stellar's face right after that.
And rockets are coming up, so Mickwin's in a great spot. Actually didn't spot that guy over at the top of Sniper right there, but he will be taken down. Rockets are coming up, so Mickwin in a great spot to potentially get these. He has a teammate at the opposite elbow over there, and so controlling both elbows makes it, I mean, you pretty much have complete control of Rocket's side of the map, and now he will make a run for those rockets, and no, he will be taken down. So a fantastic kill by Denoxide, and you see Spartan just, he swoops in, he's like, Sniper, rockets, I'll take both of those. So let's move over to Spartan and see if he can do anything with these.
Oh, he barely lives, only has 1 shot left in that Sniper. Like to see him try to use this pretty quickly, maybe grab a secondary weapon. I like that he's bringing the rockets here over to Snipe side of the map. He's getting callouts from his teammate, not able to see anybody showing up on radar with everyone crouching. Gives Denoxide a little bit of love with giving some team damage, but Denoxide still picks up a kill.
Wow, that's some tough love right there. Just going into battle, hey, let me weaken you, bro. And you got to fight to the death.
Here's
here.
a little bit of a handicap in this situation, but we'll see if he can do it anyway. Ola,
Man,
what a splinter
Pistola
nade.
has had some crazy good grenades with the splinters. Just all, wow. And that whole situation right there with that grenade from Pistola just didn't allow Spartan to get a potential double kill there. And I mean, just a great play from him.
And having those rockets now down, and with this being game 5 and the lead in favor of Envy still, it looks like L-Town does have that scatter shot in his back pocket. Doesn't see the Liquid member right next to him.
No way.
Spartan missing his melee and a couple shots there. That's not what you want to see in a game 5. That lets Eco get caught out of position as well. And now Envy starting to punish Liquid's mistakes.
Yeah, going up 21-12 right now. And I believe a player did just pick up that sniper just a moment ago. Yep, that is Mickwin. He's got a fully loaded sniper. And you're going to see Spartan actually get a perfect on Pistola on the other side. Mickwin's going to rip his face off. Spartan is down, but Mickwin just kind of hanging back. Oh my gosh, almost fell off the map right there. He saved himself with that ground pound. Hit a little bit of a bump right there, and it kind of nudged him off the map.
As you would say, a little bit too much dipsy doodling around and almost falls off the map, but that was a great ground pound. He knows exactly, you know, the mechanics of Halo 5 and what you need to be able to do.
Oh,
and that was through a wall, in my opinion, Strong Side. I don't know what I just saw.
I think we're going to have to see the replay on that. And look at this. Rain has rockets now. They're up 10 kills. They've got rockets. They have sniper. Mickwin's ripping faces. He's just not letting anybody by. He's just at the perfect angle right now. He knows 2 players over here on the sniper side, so he's just watching. But what he wasn't watching is this top rocket side, and he will go down to that player at top rocket. So not really conscious of checking his rocket side, and that kind of came back to bite him in the butt.
But just like that, Rocket Guy goes down, Sniper Guy goes down, 8-kill lead here now in favor of Envy still, but this is Liquid's opportunity. You know, we're still in that midway point of the game, so big leads, we've seen them change. We've seen Liquid hold great leads against Evil Geniuses, and we've seen, you know, the exact reverse as well, where teams are just able to bring this back, and all of a sudden that 10-11 kill lead is down to 5.
And Eco has the sniper. He's got a lot of ammo. If he can stay alive with this, this would be huge. But no, L-Town has different plans. A great push by L-Town, not giving him any time to set up and get away with that. And now L-Town is able to bring this back to his team. So he sees Pistola at red base, so he's just going to run this right back to him, get into a safe zone, a safe area where he's able to kind of get some sight lines with this sniper. So 31-26 in Envy. I mean, it seems like Envy and both Team Liquid haven't really been able to get control of that sniper side of the map, but Envy feels like they've had the sniper in their hands pretty much the entire game so far.
It really does feel like that. And just like that, 2, maybe a triple kill here by L-Town. He has that sniper. Great job by Spartan escaping.
I think he wanted to go for that triple. He's getting a little overzealous right there and charged out and challenged a little too far. But I believe we have 2 players that have dropped out of the match, but the match was at 34-28. There you see it. So I believe we will be resuming from that point as well.
And that was still anybody's game, especially getting a new start. Envy clearly won the start of that game 5 beginning. taking a quick 4-1 lead. Liquid was able to bring it back, but dropped down to 10, almost 11. It might have been an 11-kill deficit in that game and brought it back down to just 6 kills and 5 kills at one point. And Sniper had just gone down, so essentially both teams would have been battling for that. So essentially, we're going to be kind of picking up where we left off. All 4 players on one side of the map versus all 4 players on the other side. And it's going to be, once again, another rush to see you can grab those rockets and Sniper.
Well, maybe while we're waiting for these players to get back into the match, too, we can show you that replay. We'll potentially have that ready for you. That snipe you were asking about, you're like, I think he got shot through the wall. We'll have to look at the replay there. I mean, Mikwin's reaction time is pretty dirty. I mean, we've always said he does dirty things with that sniper rifle, but he just got that clip right through that little corner. I mean, we saw what Hook was doing.
And that was a headshot as well, right? Yeah, that was amazing.
We saw what Hook was doing the other day. He had 11 sniper kills in a game, and he was looking through the tiny little cracks here on Eden and from BR over to Blue Ben. He had so many sight lines that a lot of them just catching the other team off guard, because you don't think a guy is going to be sniping you through this little tiny crack.
And that was a great spot on Eden as well that we saw from Eco when I don't know what week it was in, but he ended up going top catwalk, walking down the stairs into the security area briefly, or in the tower area, and then looking through those stairs into the turbine rocket spawn location and actually picking up 1 kill and maybe hitting another body shot as well. So these players, they know the angles. They know the lines of sights on all the maps, and we said it can be a coin flip at times, and we're going right back into another coin flip here.
Yeah, another coin flip. what was it? 34 to 27.
28.
So, 28.
I think. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll let you know what it is, and we'll probably potentially be resuming from there, and we'll give you the stats and stuff on screen. But it just seemed like, to talk about kind of what had just happened there, it seemed like Envy just really controlled the power weapons throughout that entire match, but Liquid was able to hold on. You saw Mikwin just over by the elbow pretty much the entire time, just getting those sight lines across the map, and it just seemed like carnage going on over at Snipe side. We go back and forth, Envy, Liquid. No, neither team really getting control of the sniper side, but obviously Mikwin getting the power weapon and then Rain getting the rockets really kind of helped pull them away. I think going into the end of this match, Team Liquid really needs to focus more on getting the power weapons rather than just controlling that snipe side. Yes, controlling that snipe side is very important, but you got to get sniper and you have to get those rockets.
Yeah, I think what Liquid might not be accustomed to here at this point is this is the most I really have seen a team just focus on rocket side of the map, where they're having 2 and sometimes 3 people on rocket side of the map, as opposed to trying to overload those players at snipe towers, or a sniper side. So we've had multiple players from Envy with the sniper rifle just constantly being top rockets and even hitting a lot of shots on people hiding on the pyramid over by the top of snipe. So you saw Eco's face get ripped off a couple times there. I think Spartan was in that position as well. But essentially, controlling snipe tower is always considered the better position to be in. You've got the DMR spawns there. It is nice having a carbine being top rockets, but there's just so many different ways people can be in one of the windows on top of the bases, on the elbows,
so many
and
angles.
at snipe. Yeah, so many angles.
It's
just
so
chucking nades up there
yeah.
and hoping to take those players out. So kind of unique situation to see how heavy Envy was, how much priority they were placing on rocket side of the map as opposed to snipe tower, but it was really working out for them.
Yeah, it definitely was. And I mean, if I don't know, it's just with Mikwin getting that sniper, I feel like if he can keep doing that, it's just going to make it so easy for Envyus to close this one out. But while we're waiting for these players to get back into the match, join the conversation. Tweet at us at HCS or at ESL Halo. Let us know who you think's going to win. Or if you're in the Twitch chat, why don't we do one of these? Press 1 if you think Envy is going to win, or press 2 if you think Team Liquid is going to be able to close out this Game 5 series, which I think would be their first Game 5 series win. They lost to Enigma 6 in Week 3 going to that Game 5. So can Team Liquid do this? And if you also have a chance, check out halo.gg. Check out all the podcasts with Tosh hosting and me co-hosting, as we have a lot of the pro players throughout the season join us and kind of fill us in on what's going on in their minds and how they're feeling through the season and then going into finals. Like I said earlier, we sat down with Commonly and Penguin, got a chance to talk to them and hear their thoughts about going into this week. And I'm sure they're pretty happy right now seeing Envyus go to Game 5 because that just opens up a door for them to potentially secure that third seat. But yeah, we've had so many players on. We've had Ace on, your brother, and we got a chance to talk to him as well. We've had Rain on as well. I mean, a lot of players, Snakebite. So if you want to check those out, and then also top 5 plays of the week. We have a series of episodes where you can check out the top 5 plays of the week. If you missed anything, we chatted about Hook's 11 kill spree with the sniper, which was so dirty, and then we saw like Denoxide's 2 whip no-scope snipers. That was sick. Even though they lost the match, it was still sick nonetheless.
Yeah, and Denoxide really kind of playing out of his mind compared to what we've seen in prior games. Of course, we had the goose out of him last week as well. We had 2 gooses last week with T-Squared up here in the booth, so that was something we hadn't seen before. Of course, he did mention that he had just woken up at that time.
Yeah, I saw that. He's like,
I mean, in my eyes, I mean, it just makes it sound that much worse.
This is game day.
Yeah.
You got to come prepared. There's no excuses.
You goosed. Well, I just woke up. So you goosed. Where I don't get where the distraction is here, the disconnect. But either way, he has really stepped up his game, and he's playing extremely well here against Envy.
Yeah, you got to leave that goose behind. The goose happened. You were the first of the season, but you just got to leave the goose behind. Yeah, some funny goose stories in the past. I remember Todd's dancing around the basement when someone goosed. I forget who it was, but he's dancing around the basement over at the SQ house or the LAN Network house when they had that whole thing going. Just some great memories there. Talking about kind of OG grassroots memories. That's definitely one of them. And yeah, if you weren't here at the beginning of the show, we showed a throwback picture with Ace, Elamite, and myself, and let us know. Maybe you have got some OG pictures from back in the day. Tweeted us, and maybe we'll throw up a Throwback Thursday kind of a series of pictures from the community or something like that if we get a good amount.
All right, let's take a look at that picture one more time, Mike.
Let
everyone, in case anybody new joining this show, can take a look at that again. Of course, I don't know what I'm doing in that picture. You've kind of done that for like a good 10 years. That's kind of been your pose.
We were just happy we won like $25. We were rich. We didn't know what to do with the money. I think it was actually a little bit more than $25. But
I think it was like $100, which is, you know, and especially back in 04, 05 days. And then we've got an 11-year-old kid on our team winning that too. That was Ace's start. This was Ace's original start on the road to the global championship.
That was his journey. That was his journey.
I mean, 10 years in the making, 11 years in the making.
Yeah, shout out to the old school Game Junkie place. Yeah, I don't know if it's still
pretty
around.
Pretty sure they shut down, yeah.
That place was pretty rad. They had that crazy LAN setup just like in their store. I remember we played like free-for-alls. We had 2v2s and 4v4s. And like they had the stations like that were up in kind of like the ceiling and you had to stand up and play. Oh, man, dude, standing up and playing. That was so brutal sometimes. Yeah,
and doing some quad screen split as well in some of the earlier rounds. And of course, we had some good competition there as well. We had the likes of like Ogre 3 come down, Man Train, if anybody remembers those names. Scrub Twisto would be there a lot. This is going really far back in the day.
The Halo pioneers, man, the OG players that just like helped build Halo to what it is now. I mean, it's crazy. Just how far it's come.
And it was a nice, what was it, like another nice little hour-and-a-half drive to get over there to go do that?
Oh, my gosh. That was a serious drive. I remember carrying around tube TVs. I forget what brand. It was one of the brands of tube TVs, and we had those all around. Like, and those were decently heavy, too. And some people would carry around like 27-inch tube TVs.
Like you would, for sure.
Dude, those were monsters. I remember filling up like my car with like 4 tube TVs, and it was like people are holding them on their laps. Like you had one on your lap, and we're just driving 3 hours to get to a LAN, all just so dedicated. We've got all the Xboxes. We've got the tube TVs.
Sleeping on a floor for 5 days.
I don't even know if we
like
slept back then. I think we'd play like 3 days in a row, maybe sleep a couple hours.
Yeah, that was my body can't handle that anymore. That was something I could only do in the early to late teens.
We're getting too old for this.
And of course, the players are still getting set up. We're going to make sure we don't run into this issue again here, especially with a game so important as this Game 5 as well. So we were talking briefly about joining Straight Rippin'. I don't know, we left off where
You went on a little bit. There was some tension that you were still holding on to.
I was throwing some flack over at Victory and Macchio and Agency Squad because they actually had Naded join that team as well.
Macchio's an old school name too. I wonder what he's up to today.
Yeah, I'm not. I've seen him online occasionally actually, but I haven't had a chance to catch up. But yeah, we finished second at our first tournament together, and that was when T2 and Neighbor were teaming with Mimic and Havoc at the time. And I think they were like 9 through 12, so they were really struggling. And once Brian and I, or Legit and I, joined the team, we just, skyrocketed back up the top, started giving you and Carbon a run for your guys' money as well.
What's your favorite memory? What's your number one memory out of your entirety of playing Halo competitively? What would be one of your favorite memories, I guess? Putting one makes it hard. So one of your favorites.
Okay, one of my favorites. I was going to say, we got 10 years, 12 years
That's a lot
of doing crazy stuff a lot of the times. Like the opportunities that we've made and things we've gotten to do through Halo and Esports has just been really insane. Hanging out with 50 Cent was awesome. Make-A-Wish Foundation, we did one of those at the straight camp that we had created as a little kind of training ground was awesome. That's one of the top memories. Winning the U.S. Championship. And that crazy, super intense free-for-all was insane. That's another story we got to save for another show.
Save for another time. Save for another Audible.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for those of you at home, let us know if you can. Maybe tweet at us at HCS. Let us know your favorite memory of something that happened in your competitive Halo history. If you can fit it into that many characters, it's going to be tough. But let us know, and maybe we can chat about it and kind of share stories. It's always interesting kind of seeing everybody's journey and just hearing about it just kind of from the ground up. And that's actually what we talked about with Penguin and Commonly a little bit, kind of how they made their name and how Commonly became onto EG and how Penguin kind of rose up from nowhere. And it's really interesting always hearing kind of everyone's story. It's so different for every person. It's like there's a little bit of luck involved coming in at the right time and then a good amount of skill that people notice because when you play around the right people,
and one of the best things in Halo was when you first met people you played with online for months and months and months at a time, and you first put the face to the voice. Yeah. It's just always an exciting time.
You always have like some different picture, and you're like, and that's what you look like. Oh man, like I had a completely different like picture or something. It's crazy. I remember, there's a handful of people that we met over the years, and you play with them for months and years, and then you have no clue what they look like. But all right, we actually have the players ready, so enough throwback talk. We're going to go into game number 5 right now. Who do you want to kick things off with?
Let's do Eco here and see what Liquid can do. I really want to see if they're going to be able to come back from this deficit, and bring this one back. Of course, right off the start here, you got 3 members from Envy pushing over to Snipe Tower, and Eco immediately drops. That's a perfect kill you can see in the kill feed by Mikwin. L-Town also grabs the rocket, and once again, we are seeing another rough start here for Team Liquid.
And there you see it on the bottom right of your screen. Team Liquid needs 22 kills to win the game, and Team Envyus only needs 16. So it's already looking pretty good for Team Envyus as they're up 5-0 right now. Kyle, if a player goose is on Team Liquid, does that count as a goose?
No, that can't count as a goose. You have to, like this score, the score to win here in this game, every player already had a kill last game. So even if someone were to finish 0 kills on this one, I would not count that as a goose in my eyes.
I'd agree with you. Definitely agree with you there. Well, we just saw Mikwin rip off a face. Still has the sniper. He's got Denoxide potentially walking into his sight line, but the guys here on Envy starting to make a push over into blue base. Team Liquid getting caught inside, and now Mikwin's going to get charged, and what a freaking splinter grenade from Mikwin, going so clutch. Now collapsing on Denoxide. He's got the help from L-Town here. L-Town's going to clean up the kill, and we're at 12-2. You need Envy to get 4 more kills to close out the win here for Game 5. 2 players spawn over at Red Elbow. Mikwin finds a face of Stellar and rips it off. 3 more kills until Envy wins here.
And that, in this situation, you do have Sparn with the sniper. If we go ahead and take a look to see what he's doing, I mean, this game is not necessarily over, but to come back on this map, Sparn needs to absolutely take over this game, and he's probably going to need 1 or 2 2-for-1s with this weapon as well if they're going to be able to do it.
You were talking about luck earlier. Definitely some luck involved here. They only need 2 kills on Team Envyus to win this game. Team Liquid needs quite a bit here, but I like how Spartan's moving all the way around and getting into a different position to watch these rockets. And you've got Denoxide watching over from the blue elbow. He's going to be able to pick up that kill. Denoxide needs to stay alive, though. They're at 15 kills. Team Envyus looking to take down Denoxide, and that's going to be it. Team Envyus takes game number 5 to win the series 3-2.
And that is going to hurt Team Envyus's map win percentage, which could come play a factor here when we're distinguishing those top 4 seeded teams. Envyus with this one is pretty much guaranteeing, which they were, in a pretty good spot, but pretty much guaranteeing their way into the finals here. But still, in the run for that 4th place spot, it's still not 100% secure.
They're putting a little bit of pressure on them, definitely. I'd have to agree with you there. And definitely not making it any easier on them, but they won regardless, and getting that win is definitely the thing that they needed to do. That was the most important thing. And there you saw L-Town earlier when they were playing pick up that nice double kill.
And Optic Gaming is going to be taking a big sigh of relief after this one, because Liquid has been extremely close to coming and overtaking them in that spot for 7th, getting to choose the relegation team. And should Team Liquid and Optic tie as far as total wins go, even though Liquid, or it doesn't even matter actually whose win map percentage rate is higher, because in the head-to-head matchup of Optic and Liquid, Liquid is actually ahead because they 3-0'd Optic as opposed to Optic 3-1ing them. So should those 2 teams tie up for that 7th place spot, Team Liquid is actually ahead in the, or is going to take the lead in that head-to-head kind of matchup there. So best of 5 here, Team Liquid versus Envyus. We just had a 3-2 victory, 50-38 game 5 here for these teams, and Liquid really, coming out and proving again, even though their record is poor here in the league, they're still an amazing team.
Yeah, definitely. They're hanging right there with all these top teams, and what's going to be interesting is seeing how these open circuit teams kind of match up against Team Liquid and Optic. Even though they are at the bottom, they're still hanging in with all these teams. So it's going to be interesting. But it sounds like we have Rain ready for our Skype interview. Rain, can you hear us? How are you doing, man?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. How's it going, gentlemen?
How's it going? I think is this the first time we've had you in on a Skype call with us?
No, I did our first match against EG. I actually did that one too.
All right. Well, actually, I got a question. So there's Pistola. I was about to ask, are you guys all at the same house playing side by side?
Right now we got 3 of us here. We have Mikwin, myself, and Ola, and then Sal is just back home.
And how much does that contribute to, I guess, your victory over Team Liquid right now?
Well, ironically, it's ironic you asked that today because the internet went out, so that actually contributed to a loss almost. But
yeah.
You
guys ended up pulling home the win and went clutch. So definitely closed out. It's very strong right there, and I definitely can see where that could be worrisome. But yeah, we had talked about when you were on the show, on the HCS Listen In show, how important you were saying sitting side by side it was. And now towards the end of the season, you guys are now all together, because I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, the first 4 weeks you guys really weren't playing from one household. You were playing from around the States.
No, yeah, we're playing from around the States since for pretty much the entire season except for the last 2 weeks. It's definitely huge, especially with a player like Mikwin next to me. He's always sniping. He's always putting shots across map. I just get to see exactly what's going on. I say, Austin, let me look at your screen real quick. I need to see where that guy's going. Just stuff like that.
And then you get to watch the montage pretty much unfold from there as well.
It's sick. It disgusts me.
Now, when they took the lead, when Team Liquid came out and had a 2-1 series lead, one of the best positions they've been in all season long, what were you guys thinking? What were your communications like there?
We're thinking we need to step it up before we lose. We knew we've been down at a bunch of series, this season, and we always bounce back. We're never out of a series in our minds, so we're just doing what we got to do.
Gotcha. And obviously you guys are feeling great. What are you guys going to be doing between now and your next matchup tomorrow?
Hopefully get some scrims in tonight. It's rare we got 3/4 of Envy at the same place, so we want to take advantage of that, get a little practice in. Other than that, just relax, have some fun together, build a little chemistry.
Has it been hard to kind of scrim? I saw some players posting on Twitter about how no teams were really practicing kind of leading up to this week. It was hard to get some scrims going.
Yeah, well, you have a couple teams that consider themselves out of it or whatever, or are mathematically out of it. So they'll obviously have less motivation to scrim. So, you know, there's still 4 teams wanting to scrim.
Yeah.
We make it do.
Well, all right. Well, congrats on the win, Rain, and we'll see you tomorrow. And thanks for joining us.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
You too. Pistola right in at the end, just sneaking in with the thumbs up. He's a happy character, man. He's always a happy guy.
You got to be feeling good after that win as well. Now, that was Team Liquid's. Oh, it's just so close. Once again, every time I watch it, of course, I coach these guys as well. I'm just amazed that they keep falling so short so many times this season.
Yeah, I mean, just it always comes down to the wire with them. And in the past, we've saw Envyus struggle trying to close out matches, and they struggle with that now. They were able to close it out. But that was match number 1. We've got match number 2 coming up here in just a bit. That is going to be Counter Logic Gaming versus Allegiance. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.